Hi, see, what's up? Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Good evening. Good evening, sir. Good evening, everyone.
Good evening. Good evening. It's good. It's an honor to have you on this live podcast. Thank you so much for accepting our invitation.
Thank you so
Okay.
much.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Udom. Yeah. Thank you so much, sir. Good evening, everyone. My name is Wisdom Kenneth, your favorite host on this live podcast, the Balance Chat podcast. Today, we have a special guest, the person of Isidahomen, Isiramen. Isidahomen is actually a tech bro. For our sisters who are watching us, if you are free to apply. Right, there's vacancy, you can apply. Isi is actually collecting is collecting like is recruiting ladies, sisters that you can come and chop his money small. Okay, so it's an honor to have Isidahomen on this live podcast as we are going to be talking on is tech really the big day in Africa? Is tech really the big day in Africa? Each time we hear about tech, what comes to our mind is the monetary aspect. Yeah, the money aspect. This guy get money. That's what we think, right? Today we are going to be doing justice to that, and EC is going to be share knowledge with us on what we need to know about tech and those who are in tech, what they need to do to level up their game. Yeah, EC is actually a brother, like a brother to me. He's someone that has been doing so well in the tech field. Also, is the convener of Uniben Tech Wave, which has spanned across other region and states. It's no longer Uniben Tech Wave. It's also in other. It has actually spread across other areas as well. So tonight we are going to be talking more on this tech aspect, and he's going to be sharing knowledge with us on if tech is really the big day in Africa. So I'd like us to hear from EC. Please, can you just tell us about yourself and your journey so far in tech? Can you just tell us about yourself and your journey so far in tech? Please, I'd love you to share this information with us. Thank you.
All right. Once again, Mr. Wu, thank you so much for having me on the pod. All right. So my name is Isiramen. Isiramen. I'm a tech enthusiast. I took tech as my career path a long time ago. Not a long time ago, precisely 5 years now.
Okay.
Um, I major in product development,
Okay.
product management, and brand development. So at first, I started with graphic design, and web development, and as time went on, I was all like, I can't remain in this
Okay.
or position for long. So I felt it was better I scale and go into something that encompasses all these fields. Because it was not just graphic design, web development. I was taking on more courses, the digital marketing, social media management, and all of it. So I just felt all these skills they had to stand for something. It's not enough to be freelancing, all about freelancing, collecting jobs, and all of it. I needed something to stick to, and maybe, just maybe, build a startup out of it. So I went into graphic development at first. I was working on brands, helping business stand out there, helping business position them online for potential clients to be able to reach them. That is making sure they are showcased to their target audience and all of it. So it was going all too well. Then after some time, I think towards the end of 2023, I figured out that I had this flair for putting up strategy. I had this flair for bringing individuals together to work on something. It's something that has always been in my mind and everything. Then I felt that okay, why not start a tech community? So towards the management of that community on and on, like, I decided to learn a skill or step in a career path that reflects that particular part of community management. That was where project management came to play. So as time went on, I felt not just starting a community, let's do something in the University of Benin. Because while when I started all my tech journey right from the beginning was all trial and error. There was no exposure, or I didn't have the right exposure. Let me put it like that. It was all try and error. Try this particular skill, stop. Go in this particular part, stop. Go back again. I had no access to. They were there. I just didn't know how to approach them. So I felt why not create a community with mentors with mentors who are available to help out, and community with like minds who could share ideas and all of it. That was where Independent Tech Group came into play. And we felt okay, instead of just doing that, let's do something that will actually affect and impact the institution as a whole. At that point, my target was just the institution. I was not looking at the entire Benin City, Edo State, or even Nigeria, just the institution. And as time went on, during the course of planning and everything, there was something that keeps. I'm a kind of person who doesn't like staying on one position for a very long time. And there was something that kept saying, scale once you are done with this. And to the glory of God, Uniben Tech will be very far. So now we've actually scaled into campus community. So a nationwide community based in Nigeria that is towards enlightening and equipping individuals the necessary text and mentorship needed to help them grow in that space or in that industry. So
Thank you so much. I could see consistency in your work, and I could see that you've tried several times. You've had to do something, and it fails, but you were consistent in it. Never allowed the failure to diminish the strength and the love and the passion you have for the tech industry. I would really love to tell the audience that tonight we are actually going to be blending. We're going to be bringing balance to this talk, because we are going to be discussing on the economic impact of tech and also the social aspect and the innovative and entrepreneurship aspect. But I would love to ask Mr. AC this question: what role does tech play in creating jobs and stimulating entrepreneurship in Africa? Can you actually share some knowledge with us on that? What roles does tech play in creating jobs and stimulating entrepreneurship in Africa?
all right. Firstly, like I said earlier on, I started with freelancing. When you are done learning your tech, um, it opens you to a lot of job opportunities. Tech skill, in fact, learning tech skill is so beautiful in the sense that I feel, yes, tech skill is kind of the basic of work, the ability to work from a distance. I think that was where the entire work from home phenomenon came about. The ability to work from a distance really affects a community at large. So we have digital jobs and remote work. That is the rise of remote work and freelancing platform. We have places like Upwork, Fiverr, LinkedIn. You can get jobs from there that can actually fund gather revenue from those places. Um, there you can connect with persons who have these job opportunities that you're looking for. So it plays a really, really large role in helping out with entrepreneurship. For example, we have those who are looking into going into owning startups. That is a very, very big deal. I think I was going through the analysis based on those who ran startups last year, the entire funding that was put into startups, and it was so should I say overwhelming to an extent. I was like, wow, a lot of people actually took this serious this year. So as at now, Africa has over 600 tech hubs, incubators, and
Wow.
accelerators are dedicated. to innovation and entrepreneurship. And these are for people who are in tech, who are pushing towards this thing. So it is affecting Africa greatly because it is helping in their development, infrastructural development, business development, and all of it. Then we have a lot of platforms. Tech has also helped out in looking at the economic impact, the role it plays in creating. We have a lot of apps like fintech, for example. We're all familiar with OPay. We're all familiar with OPay, all the e-commerce, financial tech. So those who when you start a company like OPay, or you start a tech company, let me just put it like that, you start a tech company, you can't assume or you can't stay for a full 1 year, 2 years, just you running that company. You want to employ persons. So those who are coming in have actually gotten job opportunities from that idea of when they start up. So as time goes on, it creates jobs for people and actually helps out with entrepreneurship. That's where techpreneurship comes to play. The combination of technology and entrepreneurship to drive innovation and growth in Africa. So
Oh, that's nice. That's nice. Wow, I love that. So I believe we can actually pick one or two from what you have said. And I believe there are a lot of people here actually want to go into tech. It's an opportunity for you to learn from Mr. Isi on the information he's sharing with us. And I would love to ask Mr. Isi, before I do that, if you're actually watching us live, I would love you to know. Tell us your name and where you're watching from. Thank you so much, and God bless you as you do that. As I proceed to ask Mr. Isi, the second question on our list of questions we're going to be asking him. This is actually a podcast whereby we communicate, we talk, we share knowledge, we ask question. So, the second question I would love to ask Mr. Isi is that how is technology improving access to education, healthcare, and finance services in Africa? How is tech actually improving these three areas I made mention of?
all right. Firstly, let's look at education. Let's look at education. I
Okay.
think a lot of us are familiar with the tertiary education setting. It has been made so easy that you can be at the comfort of your house and even though there is an impromptu test, I'm just going to be giving something that is that the grassroots level is familiar with, something that is just available for us to see. You are at the comfort of your home and someone is entering a test. We are going to be having tests in the next 2 hours, being in school. Technology, the availability of technology. And there are sometimes due to unforeseen circumstances and stuff like that, they get to set classrooms online for you to join. And apart from that, there are a lot of persons who even on myself, who have taken courses online to help improve their educational pursuits. That is, you go online. We have places like ULesson, we
Yeah.
have ULearn, things like Allison and all of it, where you can take leadership
Yeah.
courses, you can take courses on, and they are all available at the comfort of our home with our phones. So tech has actually taken this thing to the next
True.
level where everyone have access to it without even stressing themselves or breaking a sweat. So that is what tech is capable of doing. And I'm doing like a lot of us have access to this. For example, now, this particular podcast that is being held, there would have been no access to it had been there is no technology. Everyone who is on podcast, who is listening, is actually gaining something. That is one of the example where technology is
True.
actually helping out in educational process. So if we are looking at health, for example, we have a lot of AI-powered diagnostics now online where you can just check out diagnoses and stuff like that. And even on YouTube, you can go online on YouTube and watch all these things to get more knowledge about your health, to know how to experience a healthy living. That is all by the power of God. Then we are also looking at financial services. I think that was part of the question. Financial
Mm.
education, health, and financial services. What are the days where we have to go to the front of banks and because we want to go and withdraw money? stuff, some occasions like that where you have to go and withdraw money at the ATM and stuff like that. Now you can just, we've all gone digital. I was walking on the road one day and someone was like, "Do you have cash?"
True.
And I'm like, "I don't carry cash anymore." We have a lot of apps now. Even those big banks out there who didn't really go digital, who were not digital at the first place, now all have mobile apps. And it's one thing that makes me really like Wema. I'm not doing advert for Wema, please. I'm not making any advert for Wema. But Wema is the first
Okay.
bank
Okay.
in Nigeria to be digital, to be completely digitalized. Wema Bank. That's where we get alerts by Wema. Where we can basically make transfers, make payment, and all of it. So tech has made all these things easy for us to access all of them. So it is now up to us to be able to leverage technology to our benefit in all these aspects.
That's true. That's true. Yeah, you talk about Wema Bank. It's actually remind me of the new development in Wema Bank. If you look at those that own Wema Bank, you think they actually understood the aspect of tech, because you see they do more of all this these tech programs, and it has actually improved their banking system. Yeah, thank you so much for measuring that. Let's give a thumb up to should I say shout out to Wema Bank? Yeah, let's give a shout out to Wema Bank. Um, can you actually explain to us on how can African startup and entrepreneurs leverage tech to compete globally? How can startups, African startup and entrepreneurs leverage tech to to compete globally? I believe that we have businesses around, right? There was a time where there was COVID-19, and people people had to stay at home, right? And that I think that was when it was. I think it was actually the cashless policy, the period of cashless policy. That was when this new development of using ATM, you not being able to handle the physical cash, the paper money, but through electronic means started. And I think it actually transformed a lot of things in business as well. Because if you look at businesses today, you'll find out that people are leveraging on technology. Each time we talk about tech, what people think about is, oh, just apply, in as much as you can use technology to be able to grow your business or grow yourself, then you have the key. Are you getting that now? For example, if you say, okay, this business, as far I'm using technology, I have a website, people can actually patronize, people can buy from the website and all that. We've infused technology into our business. And I think people need clarity to understand what technology is about. Before we even go deeper to that question, how startup and entrepreneurs can actually, leverage tech, to compete globally, I think you should actually, clarify us on what tech is all about. Because if you go to an event, you'll find out that we have so many people who attend tech events. Yes, they attended the tech event, but you'll find out there's only few people that understand what tech is all about. Only few people have the knowledge, the basic knowledge of what tech is, and they're actually in that tech field, they're actually in that tech industry. Why the other ones, maybe because they are actually using their social media like Facebook, WhatsApp to sell their products, and they are using ads to promote their sales. They call themselves tech. So I just want you to just clear the table,
All right. I'm going to put it as simple as this. I know this particular response cause, should I say strife? This particular response might cause strife in the tech industry because I've given this response. Yes, it is true, but not everyone will agree to it. When you talk about technology, technology is not only restricted to programmers, those who are involved in codes. I do code. By the way, a full stack developer, I do code too and all, but technology is not just for them. When you take on that title, I am a techie, it is far beyond code. You get, it is far beyond code. We have technology is being applied in a lot of places, applied in health, applied in education, applied in a lot of places. So what exactly does it mean to be a techie? I'll put it in this sense. The meaning of what it means to be a techie is the ability to use technology to your own benefit as a business. Let's just put it that way. Now, people will now be like, okay, if you say it is the ability to use technology to your own benefits as a business, what will you now say about individuals? About individuals who don't have businesses they run and stuff like that. But as a tech person, when you are just starting, even though you are just a beginner and you're doing one or two jobs, you are freelancing. You still work for companies and all of that. So what exactly does it mean to be a techie? There are a lot of tech there are a lot of tech skills out there. I'm just going to be listing them out. I was talking to someone the other day and we went into this argument. I'll call it an intellectual argument. It
Mm,
was like writing, the concept of writing. Copywriters, copywriters are not true techies. Copywriters are fake techies. And I said, please don't say that outside. It is very dangerous because you can't say copywriters
mm,
are not true techies because copywriting is being used in a lot, in many aspects of life. We have community management, the ability to use copywriting to pass out good
mm,
information or targeted messaging. We have UX writing, we have code reading, a lot. So in tech, a lot of skills on that tech. Brand development, we have graphic design, web development, social media management. Please, those that are listening to this, I know we won't agree, but social media management are tech is too. Yes, they are tech is too. So let's take note of that. Social media management, digital marketing, affiliate marketing, cyber security, and all of it. I think we've been so much I don't know whether I should call it a stereotype, but we've been so much bold that only cyber guys into cyber security, web development, even as at now, just like the way they pushed Pluto out of the nine planets, they are starting to push graphic designers out of the name techies. Please don't do that. Without a graphic designer, you won't have something to present. Techies, that is just what it means to be a techie. The ability to leverage tech to help out either in your business or someone else's as a freelancer. It is as simple as that. So yeah, that's what it means to be a techie.
okay. Okay, can you just help us, just tell us how can we compete like a startup or an entrepreneur? How can we actually compete globally? You know, our world, this our world is full of a lot of business people, business icon, and you know that technology has come to stay. So how can we actually, compete globally?
All right. I'll give an instance. There's a project we are going to take on, I and my team, Fleco Branding Agency. There was a project we are going to take on. The project is for it's just a virtual pop-up brand. A brand who is into virtual top-ups like data subscription, utilities, payment for utilities, payment for examination, all of those things. Just everything that concerns banking system, exempting transfer of funds and stuff like that. And the person was like, I know it's a long shot, but will I be able to compete with MTN as the time goes on? And I laughed. He said, will I be able to compete with MTN or OPay? Let's just put it as OPay as the time goes on. And I said something. One thing you should know as a startup, because the question was, how can African startups and entrepreneurs? One thing you should take note of as a startup or an entrepreneur is the ability to present. The ability to present. I think some people don't really take that into mind. They just feel, I have the skill, I can do what is asked of me, and there is no problem. Please, it is not as simple as that. There are a lot of principles that are put into um all these things. There are a lot of principles to get to that level before you say you can even compete globally. Those who are actually in the field, those who are actually be in the competition, there are some brands you look at, even as a startup, and you be like, this particular brand that is out there, I want to be with them. They've mastered the art of presentation. There's something we call brand recognition. We talk of visual designs, putting out strategic positioning and all of it. The ability to establish strong digital identity through branding, social media, and all of it. It has made it so easy. My dad said something to me, I think 3 weeks ago. It was like, yes, okay, let me say this out loud. My dad is into fish farming. He was like, he wants to look into fish farming again, but this time he wants to leverage tech in fish farming. That is, he wants those who are online to get to see him doing what he does. And I was really, really happy that he has come to that understanding that tech can actually influence your products online and get people to see you. So all those things, for him to be able to stand out, both in those who are actually using tech and those who aren't, is the ability for him to present himself online, brand recognition. For example, Unibank TechWave now has this color representation where they use red, blue, and green. I'm just giving that as an example. So to be able to position them out there, position your brand out there so it can get global presence. Then you start, the next thing you do is build trust and loyalty in your clients. People keep going back to brands they know they can trust because they know at any point in time their problems that they are going for will always be solved. I just say something. Whenever you are going into the market, make sure you are going to the market with values. Make sure you are going to the market with values. Let them know that
Mm.
when they put
Value.
that particular problem in front of you, you are able to solve that problem. And when you are able to solve that problem, you perfected the art of solving that problem, then put a price on it. And yes, they will pay for it. People are ready to pay those who are going to who have the tool to solve their problem. So make sure you have a value to present. So it's not just brand presentation, brand recognition, and all of it. Make sure you have that value. For example, okay, I said Fuleco Branding Agency is into helping brands develop a global presence. What value am I giving there? Brand recognition. Let people know your brand online. It's as simple as that. So then moving on, leverage emerging technologies. We keep making this mistake where we are not up to date on trends. I was working with a girl on a project. I placed her as a supervisor or as a team lead on one of them. I was the overall supervisor, and she reported an intern to me. It was kind of funny, but I didn't laugh in her front, so I was not great strife and everything. She reported that intern to me. She said, you gave the intern something to do and told the intern how to do it. We all know what intern means, what an intern means. And she told the intern, this is what you should do. And the intern told her, that method you gave me is an old method. This is how it is done now. And that team lead felt insulted. I had to reprimand that someone, and I was like, you have to calm down because it really shows that you are backward on trends. That is why continuous learning is needed. Learning is constant in this industry. If you are backward on trends, when you are not able to adapt in this industry, there are a lot of brands who will just overtake you. At that point, you won't even be part of the competition again if you are not constantly learning. You are a brand who's into something and there are new technologies that are coming out that are supposed to help you. And just because you are ignorant of that of those technologies that are coming out, you are not up to date, you are not in the online space researching and stuff like that. You start falling behind and you wonder why exactly is my client going to the next person. So the ability to present value. Then also I think people feel they don't need to collaborate with others because they feel the field itself, the tech field is a place for competition. It isn't. The field is wide enough for everyone to play. You are not competing with anybody. That is why collaboration is greatly encouraged. Collaborate with other persons. Collaborate with other persons. For example, not a tech field, but I'll give an example. So it won't I won't waste much of your time. I was speaking with someone. She says she's a cleaning into cleaning. She's a cleaning brand, and she wants to leverage tech for that her brand. You get brand recognition online, let people be able to help her and stuff. And I told her one of the ways to do it is the ability to collaborate. And she was like, how does she collaborate? She's just into cleaning. How does she collaborate? She's just into cleaning because she does all this cold cleaning and all of it, cleaning houses, house decorations and all of it. And she was like, how exactly do I collaborate? Who do I collaborate with? Who will actually take me seriously? You know, when some people hear cleaning, that's the end. They just feel it's one low life job and everything. And it isn't. And I told her, I'll just give you an example of
True.
collaboration. I told
True.
her, you do cleaning, right? For example, look at all these agents. who go into real estate, who give out houses for rent and sell houses and stuff. You can speak to them and tell them, please, I want to collaborate with you. It's as simple as when you get a client who has actually rented the house or bought the house, refer me to them to clean the house before they come in. And I give you a percentage from what they pay. It's as simple as that. That way she's able to project herself out there. The publicity is free just for the agent to tell them this is the person that is bad and everything. So collaboration is actually essential. Then next, we are going to be looking at access to venture capital and funding. A lot of people get to reach out to me and say, Isidahomen, please, how exactly do I get funding for my project? We have a lot of venture capital outside there. We call them angel investors. Like I said earlier on, value. When they see that you have that value to present, they'll be ready to invest in you. And also take note that every investor you see today also has an investor who invested in them. And investment is all about recognizing the value that this person is able to give and being able to project that along the line, this money I'm investing in this person is not going to be laid to waste. So all of this is all part of excuse me, all of this is all part of projecting yourself out there, so that way entrepreneurs, startups and all of it can be able to compete globally, not just in Africa. Please don't limit yourself to Africa, don't limit yourself to your present location. Be ready to scale and make sure you don't scale prematurely. I keep saying this. Make sure you don't scale prematurely. It is very, very dangerous. Make sure there are a lot of things you need to look at before you scale. And when you see that your team or your startup is ready to scale, do it. No fears. But make sure, because when you scale prematurely, you get disappointed and everything, and you get to crash back. And when you crash back, our brain is hardwired to feel, oh, I really feel that this. Now it's now up to you to have that resilient nature to keep pushing. So when you're ready to scale, scale when it is time and scale well. So that way you're not limited to your locality. You're not a local champion. At first, Tech started with Uniben. As time goes on, went Benin, Edo State. Now we are projecting Nigeria. We launched the national community days back, and it's going well. So on and on, it's all in steps. Make sure you recognize all those principles and implement them. And trust me, the tech field or the tech industry is a very, very wonderful place to be. So all right, I think our host is having a little bit of network issues. So I'll just keep going on until he comes back. So we should also look at access to venture capital. Like I said before, investors are increasingly ready to back up startups. Yours is to find the right one and offer value. Make sure you have that problem solving skills. Problem solving skills. There are a lot of ideas out there, and make sure to take note of this, please, because people get discouraged when they get to find this out and they feel, oh, maybe my idea is not good enough or something like that. Make sure you understand this. Your idea might not be one of its kind. You understand? Make sure you notice that your idea might not be one of its kind. So you have to be consistent. Once that idea is there and you've pictured everything and you start, please be consistent in it and keep pushing. I know we can't stress this word of consistency enough, but it's up to us to just be there. All right. I think I will be back.
Sorry for I was logged out, but thank God I'm back. Thank you so much, Mr. Isi. God bless you. There is one thing he said that I capture value. Value is actually important. You must be a person of value, and you must be able to stay up to date in that, in that industry of yours. Don't just be in that industry without having prior knowledge. Don't just be in that industry without having prior knowledge of informations, trends that are actually happening. Yeah, I believe in tech that we have some challenges, limitations, and future, prospects. And I believe Mr. Isi can actually help us, we've been seeing the limitation, we've been seeing the disadvantage, the challenges. But I believe that we have future prospects, right? And I would love you to actually share with us what you think about this particular, discovering the limitation, the challenges, and what are the future prospects we should be looking forward to in the future.
All right. I think I'm going to be a little bit raw on this. I'm not going to be using any polished answer we are aware of. I'm going to come down to the grassroots in terms of these answers because, okay, let me just go straight to the point. First, let's look at funding. But let's start with equipment. Um, there are some people who approach me and they're like, "Honestly, I really want to go into this. I've started with the training and stuff, and either I don't have let's start dealing with let me look at this first. Either I don't have access to the right courses due to funding, or I don't have access to the right equipment. On average, the equipment we're talking about now is a laptop, a personal computer, and stuff like that. And this is the advice I give to them. Firstly, for those who wants to go into a tech field and you don't have access to knowledge, there are a lot of again, not
True.
making adverts for anyone. But yeah, firstly, if you want to go to a tech field, you don't have access to courses online due to payments, tuition fee and stuff like that. There are a lot of websites out there that actually give you skills for free and give you certificates. We'll start with Allison. Allison, as of December, I took some courses online on Allison. I think one of them was a diploma in Adobe XD analyzing, and it was free. The only thing I had to pay for was the certificate. So make sure, let's start with this. Make sure you're able to join communities who are up to date. Yeah, you can easily ask questions. I want to learn this skill, but all the courses I'm seeing are online. I have to pay for them and stuff like that. And they'll refer you to this website. Community development or community engagement is always helpful. It has been really helpful to me. When, like I said, in 2023, I noticed that I had this strategic thinking stuff with me. I was able to put strategy and stuff and set up a community. Just imagine the community I set up, the community I worked on and set up was now the community that was teaching me. Who was supposed to be a community lead. I was learning from those who were on the community. I'm not saying I'm beyond learning. But you get, I was learning from those who were on the community, and it'll be like, I come online and ask questions. Okay, this is what I'm going through presently. This is the struggle I'm going through. What do you think I should do about it? And you see a lot of answers. In fact, it will be surprising to note that there are a lot of people out there who actually have these answers to provide. It's just for you to look rightly. So when you have that kind of challenge, you want to learn something online and you don't have access to it. There are a lot of websites out there. We have Allison, we have W3 schools, we have Solo Learn, I think yes, we have solo learn and a lot of them like that. So make sure you join communities who will give you this access or who will refer you to all these things. Then nextly, we are looking at funding. I have an idea. I want to execute this idea, but I don't have the right funding to do so. Uh, okay, this is a tricky question because my answer, anytime I give this answer, people feel like your answer is too raw. I don't know if it's something I can follow through. There's this thing we call consistency. Keep doing it until you are noticed. People get discouraged, like, my idea is actually nice. Why is nobody reaching out to me? It's not like your idea is not nice. It's not like as if you are not giving value. You've not gotten the right exposure. You've not gotten the right exposure. When I started learning, I think yes, I was branching into brand development and everything. And I was posting on Instagram and all of it, and someone reached out to me. It was my pastor actually, and he was like, I noticed what you are doing. Where can I come in? I'm not saying you should go ahead and confront your pastor, please. No. What I'm saying is keep doing until you are noticed. And the way for you to be noticed is not to sit in your comfort zone. Please, if you are an introvert,
Mm,
I'm not sure this tech space is for you. Permit me to say this. If you're an introvert, I'm not sure this tech space is for you. Because it's the truth. I had to learn this the hard way in 2023. 2023 was the year my eye opened to all these simple principles because I
Hmm.
was struggling. I've been learning since 2019. I was struggling with a lot of things. But that 2023, it was more like my becoming phase. You get, I got to understand all these principles that if you are an introvert, if you can't relate with people, if you can't, that is the purpose of all these events. Some people go to events and they don't even get to learn from what the speakers are teaching. It's just those who they network with. If you can't
Hmm.
network with people, if you can't get that right exposure, how exactly are you going to be noticed? It's not on your work desk. It's not on your
Exactly.
work desk where you are. Or please, your the entire stuff about tech is beyond your work desk. On your work desk, you can code, you can design, you can put up a website, you can work on site map but if you don't step out there, they don't get to notice you. And then when they get to notice you and they see that wow, this person has something to offer, trust me, they'll be interested in investing in you. It is it's just that beautiful. They'll feel like, oh
Exactly.
wow, you're actually good here. I can come in. Where do you think I can come in? No matter how small. And that is how you start building. So for you to get access to all these things, to all these benefits that will help you grow, firstly, work on your presentation, your personal branding. I started working on personal branding. Like I said earlier on, it was very more for me, but work on your personal branding first. After your personal branding, please exposure, network, connect. There's this saying that keeps going on. It's never old because it keeps saying the truth. Your network, your network is equal to your network. Am I correct on that saying?
It's
I
your
think there's
network.
network exactly. Your network
Hmm.
is your net worth. Because if you are not exposed, they don't get to notice you and all of it. And you just be there. And at the end you'll be like, I was in the tech industry for 2 years, it's not doing anything. I had to go into something else like hands on and all of it. It won't. Then another thing that's actually one of the challenges is infrastructure deficiencies. We are in a country, not downgrading my country, for those who are familiar with, because we have things like unreliable electricity.
Don't worry,
Um,
I will tell the president on your behalf.
at least the president should listen and do something about it because it's actually, I think Edo State government did a beautiful thing with regards to that. Edo State government did a beautiful thing with regards to that. Edo Innovates. Edo Innovates impacted a lot of tech enthusiasts in Edo State. It was so beautiful. It was also the networking, the infrastructure, all of their projects, and cost all tech enthusiasts and stuff. So I'm not directly appealing to the government, please. I'm just saying one of those things, access to electricity, access to resources and all of it is one of the things that the government needs to do. You get, because let's be honest, we can't even say tech is the future anymore. Tech is now. Gone are the days when we are saying tech is the future. Tech is now. So if I'm making any investments, if we've not made that investment, then let's start doing it now. They said the best time to plant a tree, the best time to plant a tree is 20 years ago. The second best time to plant. So if you missed out before, please start investing now. So yeah, I think I did not cover all the challenges and limitations, but that's where I can get to for now. Then we have policies and regulation challenges. Then we have something about intellectual property. Intellectual property. I'm not saying you should start going into legalities now as a beginner techie, but for those who are having startups and stuff, if you want to protect your idea, look into IP, maybe introduce legalities and all of it, and so your idea won't be stolen from you. I think Vusi was saying something with regards to that. He says, so your idea won't be stolen from you. Once you think about the idea before you start executing it, it's as simple as, let me just give Vusi's arc here. It's as simple as sending yourself an email with that idea and no one will be able to steal it from you. You can actually defend it in court. So those are just little raw acts to all these things. So yeah, infrastructure deficiency, funding, resources, and all of it. So I hope I'll be able to provide solutions or advice on solutions to correcting all of that.
Yeah, sure. You were able to provide. Yeah, you were able to provide solution. Thank you so much. Just like what you said, your network is your net worth. So, because of time, I would like us to draw the curtain here. I'd like us to wrap up, but I would like you to advise your fellow techies what you think or what has been on your mind, what you want to release to them, what you think we actually help them. I just want you to share any basic information that will be of help to your fellow techies. Let's just use this to to end the meeting.
All right. Like I said earlier, I can't stress consistency enough. Be consistent. Be consistent. Be consistent. Keep pushing. Make sure while you are pushing, you have a work-life balance. People tend to, they tend to struggle with that where you feel okay, I don't need to live a healthy life. I don't need to live a healthy life. A lot of things are going on. I need to this. I think in my ecosystem where I'm involved in, they call it grind. I need to keep grinding. I need to keep grinding. To what end? Be consistent, yes. Make sure you're always pushing and all of that. But make sure your work-life balance is, I won't say perfect, but as perfect as it can be. Make sure it is not being a deficit to your health. Then another thing is you need to adapt, be adaptable. I'm going to give this, but I'm not saying you all should follow. I am into project management, and I made sure to understand all skills associated with it. So whenever I'm working with my team, this is startups out there. If you are looking into going into startups and you feel you need a team because you surely need a team, please make sure everyone on that team, all of their skills is something you understand. You get make sure all of their skills is something. I'm not saying you should master it, but make sure it's all you understand because as time goes on, maybe should in case all of any of them deficient in their delivery, you'll be able to detect get to be able to detect it and also help you in your ability to adapt. So you are adaptable. And one more thing, be up to date. Stay ahead of trends. Keep on learning. Learning is constant in this field. In fact, in all fields, learning is constant because a lot of new things are coming out. A lot of new, let's say about 25 years ago, or am I going too far? Maybe 10 years ago, we had no raw knowledge of AI. AI coming up with it. And now AI is out there. I was telling somebody I'm considering going into machine language, learning the book of machine language. And the person was like, is it not too much for you? I said, no, it's not too much. I want to be up to date. I want it to be anywhere I am. I am able to function because all of these things are there. Knowledge is power. There is a reason why they said that. You get make sure you are always learning. You're always open to learning. Attend as many events as you can attend. And in the aspect of attending events, I'm talking to our beginner techies and those who actually attend events. Be precise. Be precise in the events you are attending. Make sure it is planning towards your growth. If the event you are attending or wherever you are working is not affecting your growth and development, please walk out of that place. If whoever you're working under at the end of 3 months, 5 months, that you've not grown to an extent, kindly walk away from that place and go to somewhere that will actually help you grow. There is no time to waste. So yeah, stay up to date, keep learning, make sure you're open to scale, and yes, always deliver value. Thank you so much. Oh, yeah.
Thank you so much, Mr. IC. Thank you so much for your time. Like, I am blessed. Like there are a lot of information you've shared with us. Like if I begin to run with them, I should be able to provide fruits in the next 1 month to come. Thank you so much for this. Friends, please, I would love you to help me do something. I would love you to help me thank Mr. Isi on the comment section. Thank him for the value he has shared, the work, the information he has shared with us. And also, I want to say please like and share this video. And most importantly, subscribe to this YouTube channel. Please, it's important. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Share this video with your friends so they can actually learn from what Mr. EC has taught us tonight. And again, I'm going to ask you this question. I believe after this this section we had with Mr. EC, you should be able to provide an answer to is tech really the big day in Africa? I believe you should be able to. answer that question yourself, right? Thank you so much. And it's a pleasure having you guys here. So it's a wrap from I am Mr. IC. Thank you so much, Mr. IC. God bless you. Thank you.
Okay.
Enjoy your night. God bless you, everyone. Good night. Thank you so
Good night,
much, Mr.
everyone.
IC. Good night, sir.
Thanks so
Please
much.
don't
Good
forget to
night.
subscribe. Oh, subscribe to this YouTube channel. It's important. Good night.
Good night.
Thank you.